Hey guys, we are back at the workshop, and today, well, after a while I've been back, so we'll try to do some more videos. We won't make cardboard knives, but these are the designs. My SLK, my musketeer, we will do each one we'll do one out of D2 steel, and we'll also do a knife out of Damascus, which is pretty cool. My first knife out of Damascus. I have a design in mind, chisel ground and everything like that. Pretty cool. I will try to do more videos. You know, sometimes I'm quite busy making knives and then I don't have the time for the videos, but now I have some free time for doing videos, so I think I'm back and I will do more videos now. But before we start, I wanted to show you some of my finished products, because I have noticed that in my videos I haven't often showed my finished products, or not that many. So with here a pair which goes out to one customer. The leather straps are for horizontal carry. You also will get some malice clips, which are these ones here, so you can add your knives to molly or belts, which is pretty nice and really secure. And also the leather straps are for horizontal carry, and with the malice clips he can vertically carry it, because he wanted that. The knife is called a Senshi. There's still some kydex and dirt on it, but you can see there's also his logo in there, a raven and a dagger. We have gray G10, sandblasted and also textured with the stone texture. We have screws and we have a ring on the end so you can twirl it around. And we also have here my logo, which is kind of smallish, some jimping in here. Pretty a hefty knife. It's 6 mm, but that's what he wants. It's a pretty beefy fighting knife, I would say. It's not made for outdoor stuff, it's made for fighting, and that's what he wants. And he also ordered 2, so these will go out soon. Just have to do some cleanup on the sheaths. Some pen strokes are still on there, so I just have to get rid of that and then ship them. And we also have an unnamed blade, also for a customer. He wanted to have something between a fighting knife and a survival knife, so I made him this design. It's similar to the musketeer, just this one here, which, well, it's cardboard, but you get it. Yeah, it's similar, but it's a little bit smaller, so you can also carry it a little bit better. The musketeer is more kind of a survival knife, but this one is also really nice. Got some nice perches here, so you can hold it like that, because some guys hold it like that, some guys hold it like that. So thick stock on this one, also D2. And I've got also better with the plunge lines here. They do look way cleaner now. And we also have some orange liners, some black G10 also screwed, and the G10 is sandblasted, so you have some better purchases, some better texture on it. It's screamingly sharp, which, you know, could be better prepared, but yeah, this knife is super duper sharp. I've added some leather straps so you can carry it. I also do make those leather straps by myself, because it's just cheaper for me to do them like that. They're riveted and yeah, also the kydex sheath is pretty solid, and yeah, nice retention. And also, as you can see, this is the new stonewash finish, because I have a tumbler now. It looks way better than the old one, so I am improving. And we also have a Crusader, also with the new stonewash texture. This is also 6 mm. This is purely a fighting knife, I would say. I wouldn't carry this one in an outdoor type of situation, because this one is more for stabbing and, you know, defending your life. and all that cool shit. So also got my logo up here, which I tend to do. I put it into my knife and then I acid wash it, because so this one is also cool, G10, tan G10, and also sandblasted, and also pretty sharp. I do have to say, even for a 6mm knife, this is pretty sharp. Also some nice kydex sheath, some nice retention, and these will go out all today or tomorrow. I have to check that, but we also have to get started with these knives as well. Alright guys, so I have drawn up all the designs, you know, they're nothing fancy. SLK and the Musketeer with here, and we've also got some Damascus. Well, you can't see the pattern, but I can see the pattern. The pattern is pretty cool. I haven't forged this Damascus, I have boarded. We will have to grind it flat because we have to get the scale off, and then we'll continue grinding out all this, cutting it out and grinding the bevels in. So I will now grind this Damascus flat. The perfect way would be to use a surface grinder. Well, I don't have that because I'm a poor knife maker. So, you know, the cheap way to do that is you take a magnet and you hold it to your platen and grind it flat as best as you can. Won't get super accurately flat, but it will get flat enough if you take care for a fixed blade knife. I wouldn't do that for folders or anything like that, but for a fixed blade knife you can do that. It's a tedious process, but it's the best way, I think. Those welding magnets are really good for that, so you can just press it on. You have to watch your pressure, but still it's one of the best methods to grind those things flat if you don't have a surface grinder or a mill. Now pretty flat, you know. This is a really flat surface. This is ground. Alright guys, so the piece is now flat. I took it up to 120 grit. You know, the rest I will do by hand after all the grinding, you know, because Damascus you have to hand sand, or you should, to get the best out of it. And it's now pretty flat. I have to now start with the design. Still can see some points here, but most I will just grind them out, you know. I don't need them. Also here, those spots will be gone because I will just cut them off, so don't have to take care of just flattening down even more to just these little points there. And we also have to cut out these ones here with the angle grinder, and it will just get to it. You just have to do a little bit of profiling here and there, and also cut up all these tabs here, and also we have to do a lot of stock removal on this one. Not a lot, but quite a bit. So we are using a 36 ceramic. This one is a fresh belt, so it should hog up a lot of material really quickly. This is from VSM, really nice belts, made in Germany, as my knives as well. So yeah, I love those belts. And we will now just hog up all the material. Then we will turn around the grinder and refine the material with the horizontal grinder. Alright guys, so now we have to set the holes. I already set the holes here for this one. I just eyeball it, you know, I just draw where my grip is roughly going to end, and then I just eyeball it and mark it with a Sharpie where my holes should be in the end. So with this one I want to have something like that scale. It's going to be quite cool. Then we'll have one here, or maybe just a little bit there, and then one there. So this is good. Also with this one, you know, it's not something really hard to do, but I will just set this one here. So this looks good to me, and I'll center punch them first with my automatic center punch, and then later we can hit them with the biggest center punch so we have a bigger hole. So we have a nice centered hole. Well, I'm not happy with this placement here, so we'll just move it there. That's going to just look better in the end, more centered, you know. And those center punches, they break quite easily, so sometimes it just doesn't want to fire up, especially with softer material, but it just works. So it still works, so I'm really lucky with this one, but I have to get a new one soon. For your height gauge, but at the moment I just don't have the money, or I want to spend it to other things. example, my heat treating oven is more important than the grounded surface plate. So we're just going to scribe the line and then we will start grinding. It's just pretty simple. So we have ground all the knives. Look pretty good. Not super happy with this one because this one is just slightly angled and this one not. So it's just, yeah, not perfect. But it's you know, the knife is for me. So otherwise I would just keep it for me, but I wouldn't give this one to a customer, you know. But with this one I'm kind of happy. I also added off camera the Spanish notch or the sharpening notch. We have some nice plunge lines there, and now with the Damascus, this one turned out quite nicely. And what I'm going to do now before heat treat, I'm going to redirect the grind lines. That's just how I call it, because now the grind lines go all like that, but I want to have them like that. And I'm just going to do it 80 and then 120, and then after that we are going to take it up to, after heat treat we're going to take it up to 400, and then we're going to etch it. But I'm just doing that because after heat treat it's really hard to get all the scratches out, and before heat treat it's a little bit easier. And that's why I just redirect the grind lines up to 120 grit, and then we can go to heat treat. Guys, so I'm a little douchebaggy. I forgot to record the heat treat, but I just cranked up the heat treating oven to 830 Celsius and then quenched the knife. And as you can hear, this is pretty hard, you know, so I have to be really careful not to drop that because I can. And I will now temper it. And tomorrow we will start with the grips. I guess I will do a G10 grip, also with some mosaic pins which I haven't used yet. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you have questions, just ask me down below. I can answer them. I also want to do a Q&F video, Q&A video in the next couple of days. So if you have any questions you want to ask me, personal or about knives or so, or about my workshop, just ask them and I will get the best questions, and I will answer them as best as I can. So you can also check out my Instagram, where I post most of my stuff, all of my knives. And yeah guys, thanks for watching and see you next time.